This video is sponsored by my faithful Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter today, click on the link in the description. Table Talk! Table Talk! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arthur Plays show. The most popular one on the channel, because it's the only one I consistently upload every Friday at 3 p.m. If you want to be featured, please let me know by in the comments, please just putting down, hey, I watched today's video and I'm also a part of the notification squad, and here is the person who commented on the last video. Yay for you, you got featured in the video. Congratulations. Alright, welcome back everybody to another episode of Table Talk, where I pretty much just like to talk about very controversial stuff, and last episode was very depressing, and you're welcome for that. It was just some stuff that I really needed to get off my chest about the sort of feel of the channel and why it's been going drastically downhill since college started. So topic number one for today is going to be about virtual reality and its sort of position inside of the gaming community. And recently the HTC Vive Pro was, I think, released for a nice staggering $800 for just the headset and without the lighthouses, which are the things that track the headset's movement as well as the controller's movement, and it also doesn't come with the controllers. So for $800, you're getting a Samsung Odyssey, because the HTC Vive Pro is the exact same thing as a Windows Mixed Reality Samsung Odyssey. It's the same headset, same screen, same resolution, same frame rate as far as I know, and also the same field of view, which is 110. If you're wanting the HTC Vive Pro, get a Samsung Odyssey, $300 less. And so far with my Windows Mixed Reality headset, I've only had a problem with 3 games, and that's because the Unreal Engine doesn't really like Windows Mixed Reality yet, but they're also patching Unreal Engine right now to fix that problem. So it's sort of just like, do you want to spend an extra $300 to play a very minute library of games that you just can't play on Oculus or Windows Mixed Reality? Then go ahead and spend that extra $300 to be able to play those games. Recently, I've lost that sort of magical sense about VR, where it's just like you put on the headset for the first time, and it blew my mind away. Whenever I first tried proper VR with this headset, it blew my mind, because it was so realistic, so crystal clear. I couldn't wear my glasses, by the way. That's why in those videos you'll see me without glasses. I'm wearing my contacts there. It blew my mind away on how realistic it was, and how I could stick my hands out and, you know, almost touch things. It was so realistic. There is no sort of rumble feature in the controllers. Well, there is, but for games that support Windows Mixed Reality don't utilize the rumble feature. Microsoft is actually trying to push out an update eventually with the program on Steam that makes it work with Steam VR. They're trying to make it to where the rumble features work in games like it does for the Oculus Touch and for the HTC Vive wands. But right now there is no like haptic feedback, and I think that's a very big immersion thing that some games need. But for the most part, when I'm playing VR, I'm very immersed. But recently I've found that the VR doesn't work as well as it used to. Like, it blew my mind the first time I was using it. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was like, oh my gosh, this is so real. But nowadays, whenever I put on the headset, if I don't use it for like a good week or two, it brings back that immersion. But if I use it every day like I used to, it kills it. Like, some games feel like they're real and they look like they're real, but then once you get used to it and used to VR, once you put on the headset, you know it's a game. Instead of your body thinking, oh, it's real, and your eyes tricking your brain. Once you realize and you know it's a game and all that sort of stuff, and your eyes can't trick your brain anymore, and so you're just sort of like, Okay, here I am shooting more waves of enemies, because that's what most VR games are. It's just wave games. Like Raw Data, it's just a wave sort of game. Arizona Sunshine is more open world, but in a sense it's sort of just wave-based again. Robo Recall is another wave-based game. A lot of them either have to do with guns or with swords, and that's sort of disappointing. I was disappointed with the Arkham VR game because I thought there would be more combat and more freedom in the game, but unfortunately it's very linear and there is no combat whatsoever that you can see. I wish there was more VR games where it actually put you into the situation instead of it just being like, okay, here's wave number 46. And you just doing the same thing over and over. Whenever Skyrim VR comes out, I'm thinking about buying that because I love Skyrim, but I want to see the world and I want to feel like I'm in the world because you all know Skyrim. It's completely open world. You can do whatever you want. And if I'm able to have that sort of experience in virtual reality, you can bet that it's going to be fantastic. I know Fallout 4 VR did very well. Doom VR didn't do great at all because it wasn't the actual Doom 2016. It was just some sort of new VR experience, and that's disappointing. That's why I didn't buy it. I didn't buy Fallout 4 VR because I didn't enjoy Fallout 4. It was too Minecrafty because it spent so much time trying to make you build a bunch of crap. And then me coming from Fallout 3 in New Vegas, it just didn't interest me at all. And so it killed the game for me. It looked beautiful, but it killed the game for me because it was just like, okay, go and build a bunch of crap. And I'm just like, I don't want to. But you're making me. It's an open world game where I'm supposed to be able to do what I want while progressing the story, and you guys are forcing me to do crap I don't want to do. And that's why I like Skyrim so much, because, you know, as it's an RPG and an adventure game, again, you can do what you want, but the game doesn't really necessarily force you to do things that you don't want to do. If you want to be a mage, you can be a mage. If you want to be a sword wielder or a dual wielder, you can do that. If you want to just be a freaking tank and wear heavy armor, you can do that. You can sneak around, you can be, you know, somebody who uses bows. But with Fallout 4, you got some guns, and you can craft guns and mech suits, and it's so based off crafting, and I hate it. I hate that sort of game, especially ones that are so open world and so supposed to be so immersive. And then it's just like, okay, you can get some scrap from the scrapyard and build yourself a gun. If that was able to be done in real life, almost everyone would have guns. But I'm excited for Skyrim VR. I'm definitely going to buy it. And if it has the same sort of graphics as the special edition did when it released, because it was in the new Fallout 4 engine instead of the old Skyrim engine when they remastered the game, I think it's going to look beautiful. So far, virtual reality, it's a great system. If it was a lot cheaper, I think it would be far more worth the price. Right now, with the Samsung Odyssey being the best on the market for portability and also with resolution, frame rate, and all that sort of stuff, the Vive Pro is the only thing that rivals it. And the Odyssey came out before the Vive Pro, and so for the longest time, my headset was the best on the market. And what makes it so great and portable is it doesn't need those lighthouses or those sensor bars on your desk. It's all built into the headset. VR is very expensive. It's fantastic once you're first getting into it. And it's a really, really cool thing. It's not gimmicky at all, I don't think. There's a lot of games out there that are trying to just pander to the people who just want VR everything, even though they could just push out whatever and it sucks and it just doesn't work, and then people are just like, yeah, give me VR, give me VR. What I want is more good virtual reality experiences. I don't want all these crappy, short, pandery, expensive sort of experiences. I want games. I want stuff that makes me immersed, and if Skyrim VR allows me to hold a sword and put up a shield to block things in real time, I'm going to be lost in that world for a long time. I've never beaten Skyrim, and I've put hours into it. I've put over like 60 hours into that game, and I've never beat it. And that's because I like to do everything. And if I can do that in virtual reality, I can only stand to have the headset on for maybe a good hour or two at a time, and then it starts to hurt right here. And it's because, you know, having like something, it's not too heavy, but having it on for a long time, it gets real heavy over a short period of time. So, but that's what I think about VR right now. It's a fantastic sort of thing. It's not gimmicky. People call it a gimmick. It's not gimmicky. It really does work and tricks the brain and makes you feel like you're in this world. But if you do it too much, it starts to wear that sort of fun experience off, and you realize, oh, it's a game. And then that screen door effect happens, and you can see the pixels, because the screen's like right in front of your eyeballs. And so if you try to ignore the screen door effect as much as possible, it's far more immersive. And if you actually immerse yourself, like if there's a game where there's a gimmick where you could take a sword and start like swinging it real quick, and the sword moves and hits whatever, while the enemy has no time to block, you know, and instantly kills them, you know, that's not fun, that's not immersive. But if you take the time to actually play along with the game, even though you could easily exploit the game by moving your sword around like it's a noodle because there's no weight to it, like there would be in real life, and if you actually play along and like put up your shield and put up the sword, wait for them to attack and then bang their sword out of the way and hit them, and then reset, and then just keep doing that over and over, you know, that's really, really cool experience. And like, it's not like any other experience you could get, and it feels a lot like you're going to a new attraction at a theme park every time. And I think that's really, really cool. And I'd love to see more theme park virtual reality games. If there was some sort of like Thrillville VR, I would lose my bank account buying a copy of that. I wouldn't care how much I spent on a game like that. I know Summer Fun Park came out, but that's not compatible with mixed reality. It messes up the eyes because it's a Unreal Engine game. That's what I think about VR. I hope you all try to understand what I think about it. It works, but sometimes you just tell yourself that it's not real, and then it no longer works. That's what I got to say out of it. Alright, so now we're gonna get on to the controversial subject of today, and that's going to be self-advertisement. God, I hate self-advertisement. I had this one guy, not too long ago, comment on my Bending in the Ink Machine Chapter 3 video, where he's just like, oh, Chapter 3 was great, and I don't know if you guys saw my Chapter 3 episode for Bendy and the Ink Machine, but Chapter 3 sucked. It was the worst chapter by far, and it was just flat out garbage. There was too many freaking find this, take it to wherever else. It was so boring. But this commenter commented 3 times. One was, oh man, Chapter 3 was so great, and I'm just like, no, it wasn't. And then they're just like, just subscribed. And then I was like, no, you didn't, because guess what? I can look these things up. You stoop. And then they also commented, you should check out my channel, because I uploaded Chapter 3 there too. Such a good chapter. And then I was just like, if you self-advertise on my channel once again, you're banned. And he was self-advertising when he had like 20,000 subscribers, whenever I still was below 4,000. And so I checked out his channel earlier today, and he has over 3,400 now. And I checked out his content, and for the most part, it's just crap. It's so bad. His commentary is awful. His jokes always fall flat. His audio is so out of place. It's so raw and almost unedited completely. Again, his commentary is awful and falls flat. And he has the audacity to self-advertise on me, who's a really small channel compared to him, trying to suck my subscribers away. And then also somebody asked me earlier this week or last week, where's the 3,000 subscribers? And I'm just like, I don't know. People come and go all the time. People subscribe to the channel to support it whenever I don't care whether you subscribe or not. I care whether you watch or not, because what's the point of subscribing to me to support me whenever watching me actually supports me? Being subscribed doesn't do jack crap. It just makes my number bigger and inflated. And that's why whenever you watch my videos, you'll see maybe I might hit 100 views on some videos whenever I have over 3,200 subscribers, and that's just because my numbers are highly inflated. And that's the same thing with like PewDiePie. PewDiePie has 60 million subscribers, gets maybe up to 4 million views a video. It's very inflated. Almost everybody's YouTube channel is inflated. And that's just how YouTube works. I mean, people subscribe to support, but it doesn't support anybody. It doesn't do anything. It just makes it look more inflated, and then whenever you get like 100,000 subscribers and get maybe 1,000 views a video, it looks suspicious even though it might be legit. And that sucks. But self-advertisement, stop it. It sucks that it works. It really does work almost 100% of the time. You'll have those people that'll hate you. But then there will be that few minority who will actually subscribe to you and watch you. And self-advertisement works. Clickbait works. Self-advertisement works. Sub for subs work. Paying for subs work. It's a broken system. And then I also noticed on his channel, when I was watching a few of his videos to see his sort of quality content for somebody with over 30k subscribers has, I noticed it looks like he filters out negative comments. Like he deletes them. Because I'll see a video that has like maybe 36 likes and then 300 and something dislikes, but then all the comments are just positive. And there is no way that that's the case, that no comments are negative, but you don't find a single one. I do not doubt he filters out his comments. 100%, I think he does. But that's the type of pretentious people that are on this website. And I got to where I am today by working hard. I don't self-advertise, I don't really clickbait on purpose. I clickbait very jokingly, not really on purpose. I clickbait to make fun of the clickbaiters. You know, it's sad that those videos, of course, get spikes in views. Like that 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab video has over 200 views now. Of course, the meme games get views. The fun games don't get views, but the meme games get lots of views. Self-advertisement, stop. It sucks that it works. I hate that it works. But if you do it on my channel, and it's been from day one since I started doing YouTube, I will always comment back saying, hey, self-advertise again, I'll ban you. If you argue about it, I'll ban you. I made a whole video on this like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, about self-advertisement, and I still mean it today. I hate it. It's annoying. Alright everybody, this was a longer episode of Table Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you want to be featured in the next episode, please leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know that you're a part of the notification squad. Just hit that bell and also subscribe to the channel, and if you do those 2 simple things, you might be featured in the next video. I think that'd be pretty cool. But thank you everybody so much for watching, and as always, support me on Patreon, and I'll see you guys later.